Hey everybody, it's Kevin with Daleen Restoration here again on yet another deck project that we're going to run you guys through. We got called out to solve this situation here. We were called out to look at this deck to make sure it was structurally safe for the summertime. And we just kept uncovering rot and then came to a conclusion that we need to just start fresh and get a new deck. So we're going to walk you through an interesting solution we came up with so we don't actually have to take the whole deck down and delay this house, because this is a summer house. They want to use it, enjoy our beautiful Lake Geneva, and we don't want to delay it unnecessarily. So come on and check out what we're going to do. Okay, so welcome to the craziness down here. I'm going to run you through what our plan is on how to fix this. So you can see all these pillars are rotten out, and they're supposed to be supporting the load, and they're not really doing that at all right now. So one by one, in order to make sure we don't take this deck down, we're going to have to support the load of this and put in new pillars. And then each board is going to have to come off individually and be replaced. That way we can maintain the shape, keep everything up there. And one by one, each of these joists will actually be sistered in with two new cedar joists on each side. Those will also be painted, wrapped in ice and water shield. So this deck should never have an issue again. It's unfortunate with some of these houses where, you know, this deck should have lasted 30 years and it's only, 10 years old and it's completely rotted out. So when we put our stamp on it, we want to make sure we're done one time and they don't ever have to call us back. So I wanted to talk a little bit about why I think this deck failed in the first place. And a lot of it was just simple fixes that could have been done during the construction process to avoid this very expensive emergency repair style that was happening here. So one of the main problems is down here underneath this deck, they had boards that ran against the grain here with the deck that made it look pretty from the bottom. But what happened was those were nailed straight to these joists. So when it would rain, that water would sit there and it would be pooled in and it would rot these joists right from the bottom. So when we go to put it back, we're gonna leave gaps in there, and we're also gonna use like a geotextile fabric between the two, which is gonna allow the water to get out of there and air to breathe. That way it can still look pretty from below, but it's not gonna cause that rot. And then another thing is, on each of these deck posts here, they've basically created an area where water will get trapped in and it will rot out that post and then the underlying joist. So as part of this project, in order to make sure we get this done quick so they can use it this summer, is we're going to replace all the structural portions of this deck right now. Then this fall, all these railings are going to come up and we're going to do our flashing repair, which you may have seen in previous videos, where we're going to flash this railing so water doesn't sit in there. So we're trying to break it up into two phases. That's what we like to do, is work with the customer, meet them where they're at. Ideally, yes, we take the whole thing down and we start fresh, but sometimes we need to work in unique situations, and that's kind of why people call us, because we can help figure it all out. Well, thank you guys for joining us on our latest deck repair. Please stay tuned. We're going to post some videos as we progress on this one, but if you guys ever need help in a situation like this where it's a little unique, you need it done quick, kind of like an emergency response, this is where our business thrives. We're used to, operating on these quick time frames with out-of-the-box thinking. So give us a call. We're happy to help you out. We're open 24/7. Thank you.